Hi, this is Justin from Money Bootcamp. Today's Personal Finance Friday question is on investing, and the question is, what is your unfair advantage or investing edge? This video is also going to kind of be an introduction to the efficient market hypothesis and give you an idea of how pricing is going to be worked into investments. So often when I am talking to people interested in investing, they will start to get an idea of what types of investments they would like to get into, and often after they've been researching for a while or reading into areas they're interested in, they'll start to think they know what they should invest in because they think it's going to go up and they want to take advantage of it. A key question I ask in this case is, what is your investment edge on this, or what's your unfair advantage? The reason I ask this is because when people start learning about investing and investments, it's easy to get carried away. So you start learning about a certain area or a certain investment, and you know more about it than anyone you know, any of your friends and family. Okay, so you may know more about it than anyone you know, but do you know more about it than anyone you don't know? Most areas of investment, there are professionals spending 40 to 80 hours a week full-time learning more about investment types, investment classes, even possibly one company. So if you've been spending a few hours here and there, you read some blogs, you read an odd book, things like this, do you really have an edge over someone else? Do you know things that the market doesn't know? The obvious answer here is that no, you don't. You need to think about when you're investing, you're either investing for areas where you do have an edge or where it actually doesn't matter. A perfect example of investing with an edge is in your employer share scheme. So when you're investing in your employer share scheme, you'll typically be able to buy the shares at a discount, and there's probably even going to be tax advantages to this. So actually, when you compare the price you're going to be investing at compared to regular people, you have a deal. So you actually have an edge inbuilt into the way you're investing. So that's an area where you can be guaranteed an edge over other people for tax reasons, and because you're going to be given an upfront price that is going to be better in the market. So that's a great example of an edge. But let's think about, if you have been researching a company for a while, you feel like you know a lot about it, and you know they have some technology that is coming down the line that you think is going to have a really big impact on the market and should increase their earnings and their share price over time. If you're wrong and it doesn't have a big impact on their earnings, where the company is going, then maybe you don't win from that. But on the other side, maybe you are right and it's actually already priced into the price of the share. This is often why older companies, more established companies, are valued at 10 to 20 times their earnings, because their earnings are not going to grow as much. They're not expected to grow and move with the times as much. They're in more established areas where it's not expected that they're going to have a big move from one year to another in their customer growth, in their revenue growth. Whereas you would see tech companies where they are expected to take advantage of oncoming tech and oncoming opportunities that older players and older industries aren't able to take advantage of. With this, we come to the idea of the efficient market hypothesis. The efficient market hypothesis would say that any information publicly available is already priced into the share. So let's take an example of Apple. So if they're going to bring out a new iPhone and upgrade to the current iPhone in the next year or two, then they're going to make a lot more sales, and it would be expected to increase their earnings and then their share price. But it's already widely known that they're going to continue to bring out new phones. They're going to keep upgrading their phones. So that knowledge is probably already priced into the share that's out there right now. On the same side, I have this discussion with the Bitcoin believers. There are people who think the price of Bitcoin is going to increase at least up to 2020, when there are no longer any more Bitcoins to be mined and the number is going to max out. But everyone who knows anything about the industry and about Bitcoin knows that that is going to happen. So maybe the price is actually already built in there, and if you think that's going to change the price, you could be wrong, because it could already be inbuilt into the price that is there in the market now. The main points to take away is that you need to know where you have an edge and where you don't have an edge, and to try and avoid areas you need an edge to be able to make a successful investment. If you do not know where to invest, you need to make sure that you're investing in areas that don't rely on you having an edge. So if you're putting money into your pension, it's going to be widely diversified, so you don't need an edge. You have tax efficiencies, so you don't need an edge. You've got an edge inbuilt. After that, you would look at investing in broad-based index funds, where again, you are so heavily diversified that you're actually just buying the market. You're buying the market return less whatever your small fee is, and that's the risk you're taking, that you're not going to do very well above the market, but you're also not going to do very poorly below the market, because you don't need an edge. It's already inbuilt into it. This has been a Personal Finance Friday question from Money Bootcamp. If you have any personal finance questions, send them to us. We make new videos every Friday. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share with anyone you think will find it helpful. Money Bootcamp, learn money, live better.